So I'll show you how to do this on TI Inspire now. Probably the best way to do it is to go to spreadsheets. What shall we call this? Data set. Let's call it D for data set. And then we just type in the numbers. So we have 7, 3, 4, 2, 5, 6, 7, 5, 5, 9, 3, 8, 3, 5, and 6. Okay, there it is, and yeah, you can see they've got 15 just by looking at that. So let's go up here because we're going to need to display the data. So if we go to menu and then statistics and then stat calculations, we only have one variable at the moment. We're only analyzing one set of data, so we just click on one set. Number of lists, there was only one list, and which list are we looking at? So we can click on the arrow and we're looking at the D list. There's actually we can leave everything else. We can just leave as it is basically, because it's just a load of items just in one long list, and then click OK. And let's have a look what we've ended up with now. So here down this A column or the D list, we have our numbers still. This X with a bar on the top of it is actually the mean. It's a mean of a sample. So it's classifying our data set as a sample. And it's telling us that the mean of all of that is 5.2. So if I was to add them all up and divide by how many there are, then I'll end up with 5.2. Now the question is not actually asking for that, it's asking for the median. Okay. This sigma x, sigma means the sum of. So it's the sum of all of our x values, which is 78. If I was to add up all of these 15 numbers together, then I would get 78. Sigma x squared is just adding up all of these numbers that have been squared. And we'll get to that later, because it's actually to do with standard deviation. But we can forget about that at the moment. So let's try and find stuff that we want. So we can leave these alone at the moment. We might get onto that, depends on how much we do on statistics. So n is the number of items in the data set. Minimum x is the smallest number in our data set. So it's analysed it and it's saying it's 2. So that 2 there is the smallest number. And Q1x is the lower quartile. So Q1x is the same thing as the lower quartile. And you see it's 3, and that's what we ended up with last time when we did it on paper. The median is 5, and Q3 is obviously the upper quartile. So when you have 75% of the data to the left and 25% to the right is 7. Okay, cancel that. And the maximum value of x was the 9, and that's that 9 there you can see. It doesn't actually tell us what the interquartile range is, but remember part C was over here, but we can easily get the interquartile range because we can do the 7 minus the 3 would give us 4. Okay, so that's how you do it on a calculator. Super quick, super easy, good to check your answers. Okay, I won't need to do it for the even numbers because it's exactly the same procedure.